Okay, all right, let's go into the draft here. Crewmates Latam Defenders game number 1.
All right,
it's
I still want to tell my
pick
story,
Centaur.
though.
Okay,
So,
all right.
we have an equal thing, obviously, with the hockey. The only real international recognition that we approve of is the Olympics and the World Juniors. So for the Olympics
the
one year,
Juniors.
Yeah, the Olympics one year where it was very early in the morning. We had to watch them. It's like 6 a.m. or something like that. And so my girlfriend at the time, which is now my wife, she comes over to our place like really early at 6 a.m. My roommates all get up and we all get up to watch the game. And one of my roommates says, he goes, I'm going to go make some hash browns. I'm like, oh, nice. He goes to the kitchen, turns on the oven. The guy cooks up a whole pan of hash browns, right? Comes back, sits on the couch and starts eating the hash browns. He just made himself hash browns with like 6 people in this living room, all coming over to watch hockey. And we have a kitchen full of like potatoes and hash browns. Like, could have easily made more. And that cracked me up. So yeah, no vuvuzelas, but I have selfish roommates.
And
I
you
guess.
still remember that guy?
Wow.
Don't think I've forgotten. All right, Ross.
Are you still
Damn.
friends? Did you invite him to the wedding?
Yes, we're still friends.
Okay.
Shout out to Mott. That story had a payday about on par with the average Mott story. And then I had to mow the grass.
You're welcome.
Sorry, guys, I
Thankfully,
can't
we
cast
didn't
today.
miss too much with our Centaur into Lion picks.
Yes. So, crewmates.
Whoa.
We're going to be facing a DP Lion.
All right. So I've been talking about Cuckahook a lot, but I think the real talk of Latam Defenders, for real, is this nah guy. All right. This guy, we've talked about his fanciness, his craziness, the mad scientist. Will he play something conventional? Because we are getting into this point where it's like, all right, buddy, you had your kicks. It's starting to look like your disproportionately heavy situation. This Sand King mid, I'm over it. I'm over it. Bowie, do you still want to see it? Because you were a champion of this for a while, but now it upsets
some of his experiments that I'm very fond of. Okay, I think his Visage did work this season. It was probably their first series, actually, and the Visage looked good. But sometimes it also doesn't work. So I just hope that they pick whatever crazy hero Nanana wants to play, and it's actually good in that game, because the Sand King, I don't want to. I'm kind of like Theban with the Sand King as he is with the Luna. All right, friendship's over. We don't text anymore. I don't like the Instagram pictures anymore. All right, it's over. Okay, let's just play. Oh, they banned the Lundred. I like this. You know, I really feel like Crewmates, they have this like 2 or 3 heroes FCR plays that they actually won with it. And everything else doesn't seem that good in Dispatch. The Arc Warden, the IO. I think the only 2 heroes they won with were the Lundred and the Nature's Prophet carry. So we'll see if it's going to get banned now.
What other cheese could they pull out? Is this the Tinker team? I'm ready for a good Tinker game.
I'm
ready to listen to Gary squeal.
Tinker guy, but Latam Defenders plays it.
Okay, Na's the Tinker guy. How perfect.
Yeah.
So yesterday we had, I think, 2 games of Shadow Shaman. And I was curious because, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm not seeing this hero that often everywhere else. And we often talk about this combo of the Centaur and the Shadow Shaman, how it's very strong. And we also had it picked versus a Lion, right? Like, they actually face off against each other as well. But
yes,
I see that China, I guess, is picking this guy a decent amount too. I'm just looking through the other regions. He's only got 30 picks overall. He's sitting around 50% win rate. No big deal. But it looks like it's actually just China and SA. So kind of curious if we'll see him pop up in other places, because, you know, he's got some stuff. You know, we talked about how downsides, right, of him, but his laning, like with just the pure right clicks, actually gives you a lot of outplay potential. You know, that's a lot of damage in the first 3 levels.
Oh yeah,
you know,
he hits crazy hard.
I think we were talking about this trend, like with Medusa being only popular in South America and China too. Like he definitely started showing up in Europe, but I think it was a China thing. Then it went to South America, and I was talking to some of my friends that play competitively, and like from what I gather is just that these guys in Brazil, at least, they've been playing Dota for like 12, 13 years, and they are really fans of Chinese Dota more than they are of European Dota. So like we kind of, I guess, when we look at this Western view of Dota, everyone would consider Europe to be like the where everything starts, right? But I think
Well,
for
before
South
the
America,
major.
Brazil specifically, China is really what they're watching.
Dude, all right. Well, if that's true, then where's the dazzle? Because I woke up and watched like 5 minutes of China today when I couldn't sleep, and Mr. Jeeves was talking to me, and they had a dazzle in the draft, and I felt so good about myself for those 5 minutes because I knew someone somewhere was seriously playing dazzle.
We
I've
had
seen Elephant
Dazzle
play
in the
it too.
season 1, right? Little boy was playing a little bit of it. Do you remember when Necronomicon was still a thing?
Yeah. True.
Yeah, 2 games, I think. Ooh.
Dire team pick.
And then it was gone forever.
Yeah.
All right, well, there's your hard counter to the Shadow Shaman there. That is actually one of his least favorites. It's brutal.
It is. So I guess this is going to be a clock 5 with a...
He's faster than you. He's stronger than you. He stuns
10
more than
seconds
you.
remaining.
Yeah, it's the whole kit and caboodle.
Made of metal.
5 seconds.
He is made of metal. The right clicks just don't work, Trent. Those
No.
are facts.
They actually bounce back at you. They ricochet.
Radiant team pick.
What's my 5 here? Wyvern.
Ooh.
How
Okay,
come
not
it
an
has
obvious Wyvern game.
I like it versus DP.
Yeah.
Because she likes to just run in, and if you just curse her, like she's going to hit by her allies, and maybe you can try and chain stun her after.
10
I think she's a little vulnerable to that.
Right, Trent, question.
Question the first,
If
yes.
you
5
Winter's
seconds
Curse
remaining.
the clockwork, when Death Prophet is beside the clockwork with Exorcism turned on, do the ghosts attack the clockwork?
I'm like 99% sure no.
Yeah, they don't. I'm
You
glad-
would have
I'm
really
glad-
blown my mind if you said they did. I'd be like, what?
It would be a cool change, right?
That'd be the
'Cause-
best counter.
Yeah. That would be insane, actually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't either.
That should be Wyvern's eggs. The anyone who's caught in the curse just auto casts their abilities at the target. You curse someone next to Lena, she just Laguna's
Laguna Blade.
Oh, and but their cooldowns don't get used, so they still get their spells after.
Dire team
Ice Frog.
Wow.
This isn't that
Okay.
bad, honestly.
I was thinking the opposite. Like, it's old
Yeah,
school
then it would
mind
be
control and
broken.
WoW. Yeah, but that was always the best part. You get mind controlled by a boss, and then it uses all your big cooldowns. You're like, I didn't want to pop Recklessness, man. Ah.
Recklessness. Yeah, okay.
Yes. That's when you get
Let's
3
see.
crits in a row as a warrior. Anyway,
Wait, is this some D&D
5
stuff?
seconds remaining.
D&D. Wow.
D&D. I can't believe you guys don't play World of Warcraft.
I knew it was
Oh,
World
Big
of Warcraft.
crossover with the Dota
We
audience.
talked
I
about
could
this,
tell
right?
it was World of Warcraft because of how
I was,
boring it
A
was.
Brazilian key.
I know. I know.
$12 was a lot of money. I
You
couldn't
guys were
afford-
both
I thought
busy
you guys
living
had
your
private
best lives.
servers, didn't you?
Later on.
Oh.
I think
I
at
just
the
played
very
RuneScape.
beginning that was pretty. On the dial-up days, Trent, there wasn't a lot of private server action. Let me put it that way.
That's true.
You were lucky to be able to download a
10
patch. It
seconds
took
remaining.
days.
I remember that
Anyway.
beautiful music. Dude,
Oh,
I lived with dial-up until I moved to university because where I live we couldn't
What?
get high-speed internet. Yeah,
You're younger than I am. That's insane.
I know. I had dial-up until 2009.
Wait,
So
you're
you were just
married
sitting
with,
there-
with the same person you started dating before college.
What?
Are
No.
you?
No. In-
Oh, okay.
Why? Well, I mean,
I-
very shortly.
Because
First
you
year.
said you were living with.
Oh
someone.
no! When I lived at
10
home, like in my
seconds.
original
Okay.
house. Yeah.
Okay.
No, we just had dial-up.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, like, what did you do when you were waiting for web pages to load when, like, the rest of us were just reading on Google?
There's a TV next to the computer, dog.
Yeah.
The computer is like an afterthought. We didn't game on it.
Could be playing Pokemon Yellow. All right.
Yeah,
Could be-
basically.
we didn't use the computer to learn.
Jeez. You just had RuneScape rocking, you know? We got our
Guys,
favorite
this
hero.
This is a good Deusa pick. I mean, I do think Bloodseeker is kind of nice because she sort of just stands there, but you
But
got
at
the
the same
Invoker
time-
ban, you got the PL ban. Yeah.
She kind of just stands there, so she doesn't
Exactly.
care, you know? It's,
remaining.
And she's got the Wyvern.
So do
Trent,
we want
there's
this
a lot of peel
Bloodseeker
here.
to be offlane, or we want this Bloodseeker to be carry?
Fuck no. Position 1, bud.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind like an can you Ursa?
I just hope they don't Luna for Latam defenders. That's all.
No,
that's all
no.
I'm asking.
No, the
Okay?
question is will they AM? That's the question.
Oh, they didn't ban it, huh? Okay.
Yeah. I think they should. Oh, damn it, Jug's banned. I was gonna say they should just Jugs. The PL got banned, but
They have last pick, so if crewmates don't puck, I think AM is
10
okay.
seconds remaining.
If they
Dire
puck, then I
team
think
pick.
it's okay. They banned a puck. Oh,
Yeah,
I
good
think
puck,
they're
good
going to
puck.
AM.
yeah.
All right, maybe it is the offlane Bloodseeker. The AM's pretty tempting.
What if crewmates picks the AM?
Oh God, please no.
Mind blown.
My mind would be blown, especially if he was the 4 and Shaman's the mid.
10
Okay.
seconds
Medusa
remaining.
5? Just stacking
No,
for
no,
everyone?
Medusa's 1. Oh yeah, right. Medusa's 3.
5 seconds
Okay,
remaining.
okay.
Yeah, it'll all work out. But more accurately, mid hero holds towers, makes plays. Is that what we need here? Tanky.
Yeah.
Gets out of
I thought
cogs.
of Ember, but you have... I really like Ember. The only problem is the Death Prof Silence and Lion.
They also have Lash.
I think Lash gets bursted by these guys.
I mean, doesn't every mid hero though?
Because you don't really want to go 4-staff on Lash, especially versus Bloodseeker. I think you
Lot of
either don't want to
silence
care about
also.
cogs or you...
Void Spirit.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say. Yeah.
It's the...
Safe as a button.
Yeah, but you know, they went double safe as a button. They really went for like the last 2 picks. Is just like, hey, what are like our 2 like very stable-ish heroes? And I feel like it's Deuce and Void Spirit.
The
Yeah,
meta
yeah.
of the meta.
Remaining.
The
I like the
cream
Void
of the
Spirit.
crop.
It is definitely a hero I've seen
5
Ryer
seconds
deliver the most.
remaining.
I think that's probably his best hero from what I've seen in season 2. The FCR Medusa is fine. I think from all of the farming cores he likes to play, it's probably the best one that
Can they
is,
Huskar?
available.
Ooh.
Oh snap! Okay,
It's 10th pick Zyori. He's got
No,
the
no, no.
Love
flex.
it. All right, this is really good versus Medusa. You guys know why?
Because she buys Manta. It's not good. It was a trick question.
No, it is really good because the Aghanim Scepter does percentage-based
Yes,
damage, and
the
that is
shrink.
a ton of damage because it's gonna affect the mana shield. So Tinker can
Okay.
even if she mantas, like you just use it again. And
Also,
then Medusa is,
Defense
Bought.
Matrix on Bloodseeker. Zooming in.
oh yeah, I like
Yeah.
it.
We get some strats.
All right. Wow, this is tough. I really liked the crewmates lineup. I like all 5 heroes individually. They've got a good, really good, solid team fight here. But damn, this Tinker
Oh my
looks really
God.
nasty. I think I've got to go for the Tinker. Am I crazy?
Any guesses on how many Tinkers have been picked so far in season 2 DPC?
2.
Correct.
So
Want to guess
good.
how many games they've won?
0.
0.
You can. What can I say? I'm very good at conveying things through my voice. Yes, indeed. This could potentially be the first win for a Tinker in season 2
All
of
right,
the DPC.
let me just say one thing, okay? I like the Tinker versus Medusa matchup, but they are against a Wyvern, Shaman, Centaur, Warrunner, Void Spirit. So there's a lot of gap close here. Nana has to play flawless. And you guys know Tinker works. You die once, then you only have to kill the Tinker again, and the game's over. So if Latam Defenders wins with this, I think they're saying we are the better
Okay.
team. Because I don't think Tinker is a great hero right now.
You've convinced me, Bowie. Sign me up for crewmates. I flip-flopped it. I'm all in. Channel points on crewmates.
Oh, you cowards.
They do
their
have
lineup
enough
looks
to
a lot
catch the
better.
Tinker. Look, they got
definitely do.
Centaur. They got Void Spirit. Tinker's gonna be in the trees. Void Spirit's just gonna jump in there and pound him.
I believe in
from
Nana
Shaman.
and his bronze Dota Plus Tinker. Let's go.
All right, let's go. I believe in this level 25 Winter Wyvern. Here we go. Gary, Theban, game 1 of the day. Save some energy on this one, Gary. There's a lot more coming on this gauntlet.
There definitely is. Yes, potentially going to be a very long day now. Theban, as an ex-Tinker player, is taking every ounce of energy to not go for Latam Defenders here. Because, like Zoya was saying, I'm leaning super hard towards crewmates, like the Void Spirit last pick. The Medusa is super stable for them. Everything is built around it. But the Tinker last pick, it's making me feel itchy.
I just want to tell you first, you play Tinker, you play Techies, you play...
No, I don't play Techies. No.
What else do you play? Meepo, Brewmother?
No.
Gary, we can't be friends anymore. We're done. Oh, Huskar?
Stop
Yeah,
lying.
Bowie, thank you for reminding me.
It was
about his
Huskar
too.
AM,
My God.
Huskar AM, and Tinker. Though I don't play Brood or Techies. I think those are lower level heroes.
Well, if you play 3 of them, you essentially play all 5 of them. So
Okay.
thank you, Gary, for being a
I'm just being-
horrible Dota player.
Just
But yeah.
being lumped in with those kind of people.
back to this game though. Tinker, I can see how it works. Like Bowie explained it with the laser, it could be really nice. The only issue I see is Stampede, Shadow Shaman, and Voice Spear are really good catches for the Tinker. And the big team fight Latin Defender have going for them is just this Death Prophet. And I'm not sure if that hero is going to be enough to deal with like the whole Dusa Wyvern situation going on here for Crewmates.
Especially if they're able to, kind of shut her down in the lane a little bit. Because we've seen Death Prophets, struggle to catch up if they're not able to pressure that safe lane, get some damage on the tier 1, and really just use Exorcism off cooldown to run around the map, pushing into objectives.
Yeah, I'm thinking Latin defenders, they need to have a dominating mid game where they are constantly controlling the jungles, they're kicking the Dusa out from lane, getting her back into their base, and having to like run, top and bottom, where we've seen in some of these games, right, where carry players struggle to just farm essentially. And you're gonna have to put the Dusa in that kind of situation for Latin defenders to like actually secure the win in this game.
Just thinking about this Tinker again. It's been a while since we've seen him in pro games, and I've definitely not seen him much in my pubs. Have you seen him in high level pubs much? Does he come out often?
I have, and
is it fun to play with or against, or do you just?
It's
just
not
hate the
fun
concept?
to play with. I tell you, it's not fun to play with, and against, it's very fun because it's the freest win of your life.
Yep.
The Tinker just farms and farms and farms. You might die once or twice in the mid game, and then later on you just catch him one time, he buys back, he dies again real quick, and the game's just over in like a second because he's the only one who's going to be farmed, and everybody else on his team is going to be so poor. It's a problem with Tinker. He just always pushes lanes out. That means nobody else gets farm on your team, and there's just not enough jungle creeps. Exactly, there's not enough jungle creeps for all your other heroes. I'm not talking just your other cores. I'm talking all of your heroes. That means your position 4 and your 5. Like, they suffer as well. Very hard.
And it's a weird kind of situation, the concept of the kind of alchemist effect, right? Where he's a hero that can farm quickly, but always needs to be ahead in net worth or an item or two ahead of his counterparts to feel strong.
And not die.
To play the game properly and not die. Tinker is that, but more so, isn't he?
Yeah. Tinker's this kind of hero where he gets jumped, he dies, like he's not dealing any damage while he's dying, right? Where other regular Dota heroes, when you're jumping them, they're like fighting you back, they're throwing out spells, they're making you at least like 20% HP, especially as a position 2, where Tinker is just like, okay, I need to blink out,
Hands off keyboard.
Come on, please let me live one time so I can come back and destroy you. It's just a really weird hero, and this is one of those heroes that need to be reworked for sure. Back in the day, especially in Dota 1, when he was designed, the way that he was played was with like BKB and refreshing BKB.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't be able to die, and then you play with like Shivas, and he just like keeps spamming Shivas and BKB and Blink and just going in deep. In Dota 2, with all these items, all the disables and all the things that go through BKB as well, and the fact that he can't refresh BKB has just made this hero like very lackluster.
Yeah, and if you go back that far as well, he was also more of a lane dominator / ganking hero, right? With a max laser, max rockets. So he was, right. I remember Dendy playing him back in 2012, whatever it is. Just literally 3-4 minutes in, gets a rune, walks up to top, level 3 rockets, kills people off, back to his lane again. And he was controlling the tempo, but now he is that almost AFK farming hero. He is the robot on your team that is sitting in the jungle waiting for the Boots of Travel to come up, then the Blink Dagger, and that's the period from which he can really jump from the platform and play the game properly. It seems Crewmates having a few lag issues. Hopefully we can get them back into the lobby and figure out
whenever I see Tinkers, I always hope they just lose. I really, like, if a team is good, like really I don't mean to be really good, but if they know how to play the macro game, they don't panic, they understand the weaknesses of Tinker, it's like you can never lose to it. That's why in DPC there's only 2 games that Tinker played and they haven't won, because I'm sure most DPC teams are pretty good.
We'll see how they get on. Finally underway here for game 1 of this best of 3. Have a look at these lanes. Oh, hijack on that Centaur, 2 bounty runes for him down bottom. Shadow Shaman. Right, I actually want to count the numbers here because I said 145 base damage early on. They've got 72 plus 77. That is the base damage in this bot lane is actually ridiculous. Like that's half a range creep.
Almost. That is a lot. That is definitely a lot. And the funny part is the Shadow Shaman has more damage than the Centaur and has more armor.
Oh yeah, so he does. Centaur even without a Quelling Blade as well. But yeah, they're gonna be able to.
You want to be able to like deny and right click creeps together. Like he's harassing the Bloodseeker, really nice, but the last is denies is where you really come out head in this kind of lane.
Like that range creep, half HP, both of them hit it, denied straight off the bat. And like Cuckhook and Clockwork both taking the beating. While up at top lane, D-Flash gets away from Valkyrie and Moonlight, forced a Fairy Fire on the Lion. It looks like Latam defenders equally from this off lane, putting a lot of pressure onto that position 1 from the crewmates. That's what the DP needs to do. Keep that Medusa locked down, kind of wait out the Arctic Burn cooldown, because you know that it is a pretty long duration that D-Flash literally does nothing. It is back up again as bottom, Angel running back into the trees, Centaur and Shadow Shaman. Oh, I'm in. He's going to get juked, and now the salve from Angel comes out. Early aggression on both side lanes, what we love to see. No first blood yet, though.
Yeah, I think this top lane. Oh wait, we see something bottom right now. Both level 2s. They're going in for the stuns. Nope, not gonna be enough. Clockwork doesn't have a healing salve though. Yeah, exactly. There is one coming out on the courier, but Cuckhook is gonna have to play very passively bottom. And they're doing a really good job with the Shaman and the Centaur in this lane. You just kind of want to play them together, so the clock does go in with Battery Assault. You can just turn around and smack him. One battery hit does 20 damage. Well, if the Centaur and Shaman both attack you together with their right click, yeah, that's a lot more, buddy. Very hard lane bottom right now.
It sure is. But yeah, you're right. You know, Armin very, very focused on playing the lane. He's not pulling or anything like that. They've got the lane back a little bit. We might see them pull that large camp for the next wave, because they're going to have the Ring of Health on Centaur pretty soon, and he can start playing the lane, you know, not completely alone, but as that kind of 1.5 lane.
Yeah, why don't we take a look at this top lane right now? Oh, sorry. I was going to mention something about...
Go on for top. Mid's
I was gonna say something about top lane. Like you see this DP and this Lion. This is connected to the bottom lane. Why wouldn't they put the Lion bottom with the Bloodseeker, so you got that setup for your Blood Right, and then have the Clockwork lane with the DP, who's really good at being able to chase down Dusa, cogging her, and letting this Spirit Siphon do damage. As you can see here, they're playing these double range versus double range top. But Moonlight, he's having a hard time just being able to get in and, you know, do Clockwork things pretty much.
Yeah, you can't really stick on them that well. I mean, D-Flash looks like he's going to be dropping.
Ooh,
Lion and the DP find the first blood.
Yeah, when you have Arctic Burn on cooldown with Winter Wyvern, you need to be focused on trying to pull lanes and getting XP, because you're pretty much useless when that spell is down. It has been buffed recently to 42 seconds, but as you saw there, they just went on him, killed him off, and he was really in the middle of the lane.
Yeah, there's a bit of a gap starting to appear now. Medusa's net worth, CS, Void Spirit as well, both starting to drop behind everyone's counterparts, like into that mid lane for a sec. Tinker at 16-9. He's done an exceptional job controlling water runes, keeping this Void Spirit low, forcing him to go back and get some runes off bottom again. Shackles into stop. Angel with the cogs once more, going to shut down the aggression. Farm up the cogs as quickly as they can. 19 gold, yeah, give me that money. But yeah, so far Ryo doesn't seem to be having a comfortable time there. 10 denies on Tinker, and he's already got Bottle, Soul Ring, and Boots of Travel are going to be well on their way.
Yeah, he's feeling pretty good so far on Nanana, I would say. This laser is definitely something that's hard to deal with, especially as these melee heroes. Ryo, he's just missing his attacks.
Got trapped in the cogs.
Dead.
Turns to fight them, but Angel and Cuckhook there, with a stick charge, is able to stand their ground and fight through it. So that strong dual lane, Hijack and Armin, actually drop a kill.
Yeah, they're just spamming healing salves in this bottom lane. Angel's just like non-stop ferrying those salves out, giving it to the Bloodseeker. Crewmates, they've run out of mana because they've been trying to go on this Bloodseeker, but he just keeps getting salved back up. Plus, he's got that extra sustain from the Thirst.
Yeah, Angel's done a great job as well with these cogs. Every time they go on the Bloodseeker, he's cogging one of them, pushing them back, burning the mana. So, you know, you see this clarity for the Centaur coming out, a little bit unconventional, but necessary for sure. Yeah, it looks like Amin's going to just try and drag that wave back. Pull the creeps across. And top lane, Valky, he realizes, like you were saying, D-Flash with no Arctic Burn, it's his turn to play aggressively. Goes on the Medusa, though. She just snakes and Splinter Blasts. The great two-man stun from Moonlight from that side, though. It does drag D-Flash a little bit out of position, but they can't go chasing him, so he salves another blast out. The snake's not going to follow through to DP. So Valky can stick around with 9-1 charges. And D-Flash was going for it. He's just trying a little poke with a Splinter Blast again. Oh, it's rune time, isn't it? 6 minutes. Angel Armin down at the bottom spot. Void Spirit's going to get the haste at top. That's a juicy one.
This is gonna be so game changing right here. Yep, he's gonna haste up, go straight to top. Valkyrie, goodbye, sir. See you in the next life.
Kill. Yep. Astral Step. Straight onto the Death Prophet. Dissimulate. And then the Astral Step to finish. Ryo had to go through both of the charges, but still a worthwhile move and a kill on the Death Prophet. That leaves the Medusa happily farming away. It does give Tinker a little bit of room, though, level 4 March.
What do you do against these, like, 6-minute runes where you don't have vision up? Because obviously you can't have wards always on the power runes, right? And then they just come and kill you like that. It's just... There's no counterplay apart from just accepting a fate and getting out of there. Centaur? Ruptured?
Yeah.
It's finished, though.
Clockwork.
He's got a Vanguard. Hold on.
Drag him across.
He's got a Vanguard.
He's very tanky. He doesn't care. Tinker, helped out by the Hex onto D-Flash, has a laser and a rockets, both at level 1. He's walking through the march, the finishing touch is there. Na gets himself a kill, and a bunch of stacks have been made up here, as FCR is being hunted down by the DP. Still level 5, so no Exorcism, but another Spirit Siphon charge and Crypt Swarm. Can she finish off this Medusa? Any TPs? Any team? Where's Medusa's friends? The DP's just going to solo kill the Medusa.
Oh, I thought he would have just kept
there.
running back into the triangle, but he just kept turning around and right-click Valkyrie. Yeah, exactly. Nobody helped him out. I mean, no one really had the resources, right? Wyvern was dead, and Void was sitting middle with, like, no bottle charges or anything.
Yeah, and then they TP mid to refill his bottle. But man, this Tinker's going to start getting real big. 51 last hits. He's still got a large camp stacked for him. I noticed there was a circlet that he dropped on the floor, and I'm still not sure why he did it. He's picked it up again now, the Tinker. But he dropped it near his small camp. I've been thinking for the past 2 minutes why. The good luck circle on the floor, yeah?
Yep.
A nice little blood right bottom. Angel traps him in the cogs, and Cuckahook clears through the Shadow Shaman. Hijack with level 2 double edge. He's got a Stampede here he could use to go for the kill, and they're bringing Ryo down as well, so they will. Stampede in onto the Void. Catch out the Bloodseeker. Pops his stick charge, but finished off regardless. Inside the cogs, Ryo's going to catch the Clockwork with a nice remnant. Doesn't have another Astral Step, though, so it's down to the Centaur to try and chase forward. Angel salving. Lion stuck now, though. 3 seconds for a stun. Could catch both of them out here, but he's going to die before he gets a chance to.
Alright, well, they're at least able to turn around something bottom. They keep dying with the Shadow Shaman in this lane, and it's been getting annoying because they haven't been able to pressure the tower with this Vanguard Centaur. But Ryer making that rotation allowed them to just pick up the kill onto the Bloodseeker, and now the Centaur with Vanguard. You want to take these towers before the Tinker has Boots of Travels, right?
Yes.
Once he has Boots of Travels, these towers are not dying.
That's a good little Earth Spike, stun into the Blood Right, silence the Void Spirit. That's a great pick-off. If they can finish it, Battery Assault will allow them to do so.
Yeah, his positioning was really bad from Ryer. Way behind, like, the trees, and where the Lion can TP in and Bloodseeker can TP in and stun you. Plus, you have to see, like, how far he has to run out to just get out of the tower range.
Yeah, it felt a little bit wonky there. I mean, while that's all happening, top tier 1 drops. DP Exorcism, she's going to actually find some stacks.
Oh, wow.
So Valky's going to clear through Medusa's bank.
They gotta... I mean, Nana's coming in. He's like, oh, I want this stack. What a
so far, looking real good for Latam defenders. Top 2 net worth, Bloodseeker and the Tinker. Void Spirits come in to try and defend this area, but Lion, DP, they're both here. They have to stampede away. They turn on Nana, the shackle's cancelled, Ryo back in, slays the Tinker. That's a real great kill, but Valky is going to get 2 in exchange. The support's both dropping, and Ryo, well, he's moved in, but the Blood Right is going to zone him out. The Rupture, he's on
too much.
40 HP. The DD Bloodseeker sprints across the map.
Under attack.
Well, you're gonna be seeing that a lot this game, Gary. Bloodseeker rupturing Void Spirit not able to do anything and just sometimes dying if the Bloodseeker just starts chasing them. But Tinker did fall there, so he got a lot of XP on the Void Spirit for killing him. Hijack trying to defend his tower, but that's not gonna be possible against level 4 March of the Machines.
Yeah, it's incredibly difficult. And Spirit Siphon as well. They might even look to finish
Oh
the
my
kill
God,
with a
he's
Finger of
dead.
Death. They do. They blow straight through the Centaur. And you can't underestimate the amount of nuke damage that this Radiant team is going to have. I mean, Tinker doesn't even have max laser rockets yet. It's only going to get worse.
Well, that was a dead tower, and Centaur TP'd in. He kind of gave away his own life there. You just got to focus on farming, get your dagger. You don't really have other initiation tools right now. Plus the Void Spirit, he's been running around a lot. His lane was awful. He doesn't have a lot of farm. He's got to get to his yields as well. I think Crewmates are completely falling apart this post-early game here.
Yeah, they're giving so much space now. You know, Tinker got the pretty early boots to travel. I'm not sure on the timings on it anymore. You know, it used to be like 8-minute bots with Soul Ring, and then you think about your kind of 12, 13-minute Blink Dagger. So it feels like a very similar situation where he will have that kind of timing for himself. And then he becomes an incredibly elusive target to try and catch. And you know, if you want to kill him, you have to commit for it with Stampede, with a couple of Astral Steps potentially.
They need to just get this dagger. They need to get this dagger and then smoke up. Centaur is halfway there. D-Flash is covering him bottom right now. It looks like a smoke. Oh, they found a Lion. But that's not a really
Lion
big
just
kill.
Turns and stuns them both.
They're not even
Astral
going to get
Step
him.
in, or Ryor. He doesn't have any steps left, but he's got a haste rune, so at least an escape plan for himself. TPs are coming in from the
very
Latam
greedy.
defenders, though.
Very greedy for Ryer not to pop that haste and just killed Moonlight.
Crewmates are also going to need a pipe as well, right? This Vanguard on the Centaur probably felt good laning stage. Needs to get the Blink Dagger like you mentioned, but would you have liked to see him go Hood just so he can get that faster pipe against the Tinker, the Lion?
So, at the pace he was going at, he could have had Dagger by now if he just stayed bottom and never left. Right? Just use your Stampede to help your teammates on the side lanes, but farm bottom, farm the 2 camps after you take the towers. Just rinse and repeat until you get your dagger, then smoke up with your team. I think he's just playing too much the team game when he needs to just get his item that allows him to play.
If they can kill Ryor during the silence, the Hex, the damage from the DP, Void Spirit just killed through that hook shot and chain disables from the Latam defenders. Now D-Flash on the run. Valky, pretty speedy, chasing forward, forces the Stampede. It's a Stampede just to save your Winter Wyvern, though, and it looks like she's still going to be falling with a rocket. It's just pummeling that Wyvern into the ground. And it really is Crewmates now, fully reliant, all eggs in the Medusa basket. FCR is
Come on,
down to
Hijack.
you.
Go get some creeps. You need 100 gold for your blink. This is the way for your team to come back.
Oh, and don't
They
die
need
bottom.
the initiation tool. Yeah, he's just chilling here. This is so scary. Tinker's gonna come in, he's got Blink Dagger. If you get hookshotted in 10 seconds, you're probably just dead on your Centaur.
Oh, this is where things become
Valkyrie,
not
though.
fun.
Whoa, really aggressive.
Very deep. They want to try and shut down Hijack. They do
Doesn't
drop
even
him to about a third of his HP. The hook shot and Finger of Death from Moonlight. Man, Armin didn't last long, did he? D-Flash, Ryor, they're still considering sticking around here to lap up this wave, farm it up, clear through it, but it is just the Latam defenders stamping their mark on this game. 14 minutes in, they are really in a great spot.
Hijack is just lucky. He's not the one who got hookshotted there.
Yeah.
Because if that Finger and hookshot were coming for him, he's 100% dead. Like, you can see how much damage he's taking just from the rocket spam plus the siphon. It does percentage base, so this Vanguard doesn't do anything. Obviously, they didn't have Curse either. That was still on cooldown at that time. He's got Dagger now, so we can actually make some smoke plays if you're Crewmates. You got the Shaman Serpent Wards up as well. It would be nice to find Na, but he's got a Blink Dagger, so probably not happening.
Find anyone. Anyone you can. I mean, DP's going to scoot into that dire jungle, force the Medusa away from her free farm, and they are going to catch the Moonlight Lion in the mid lane. And Blink Stomp. Hijack sets it up. The hook shot misses.
The hook.
Angel He was aiming for that back line of D-Flash and maybe a turnaround with that Tinker Arcane Rune. And a kill's a kill, but they don't... It doesn't feel like they get anything out of it. Like, Medusa still has to leave the top jungle, go to triangle. She wasn't farming in that duration.
Yep. Why don't we take a look at our resident carry on Crewmates here? Sanjanyasha into Aghanims. Very interesting. I've been seeing this quite a bit more in other regions where Dusas are prioritizing the Axe. It's pretty cool. It gives you a good amount of sustain because of the extra mana pool that you get. The disables are nice as well. Oh, FCR.
Oh man, Tinker on the high ground.
He saw the Tinker. Yep, he's out of there. I think he got saved big time
By the march.
Yeah, because the Lion has a Blink Dagger, and if he would have initiated on that Dusa, she was surely just dead.
Yeah, they're all there.
They're not Stampede either to save her. Oh, they're still going on her.
There's Exo into Cogs. Oh, she's dead anyway. Latam defenders, they just move behind the tower. No fear whatsoever. Tinker's down bottom. With the help of Bloodseeker, they rupture and Bloodright hijack. The Ether Remnant catches Nana, but he's just going to spam out these rockets and lasers while Cuckerhook finds the Shadow Shaman. Ryle jumps in, but Tinker's already blinked out. So even though they expend the Serpent Wards and 3 deaths on the side of Crewmates, they don't even get that tier 2 tower. The catch onto the Void Spirit's not going to be available. Tinker without any disables.
Shaman and Centaur as well. Mid tower is soon to fall thanks to March and just right clicks, and they're just gonna back off. It seems very inefficient without your Bloodseeker there to right click the tower. Oh man, this looks so painful, Gary. Like the gold lead's only 5,000, but Crewmates look like headless chickens at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, back to the Medusa build, I guess, you know, Aghanim Scepter, maybe if you get the shard as well, it's gonna catch the Tinker off guard, turn him to stone, maybe bounce back with that shard onto him when he's casting that laser on you. But it's still, you know, not the... You know, it's not the real kind of damage-dealing Medusa, right? She's tanking up, she's trying to be that immovable object.
Dire's top tower is under
Might struggle to do damage in this game. And Void Spirit's definitely not had a good one. Well, moving back down towards bottom. Angel.
Ryer.
Double Astral Step from Ryer. Catches him with the Yules. And that Remnant. It's a lot of expenditure for a Clockwork, though, and it looks like the Latam defenders, they're going to come in and turn around with a Finger of Death. Ryo's gone. Not a worthwhile trade, especially if your Centaur's going to fall. Bloodseeker's speeding forward, and Valky clears through D-Flash. Oh, the Bloodseeker spots out the Shadow Shaman too. A Hex. And he stuns. The Lion's coming. The Cuckoo just has the damage anyway. Medusa's the only one left living because she's off on the other side of the map farming.
Yeah, Crewmates are looking very desperate with their actions. You can see how they even initiated. They used double Astral Step that didn't even land on a hero to go onto a Clockwork position 5. Essentially, like, using him, giving Latam defenders 2.5 seconds to set up and turn that fight around. Plus, it took them forever to bring that clock down because he's, you know, tanky in comparison to Crewmates' damage output. So, just get wiped for their own play, and now straight into Roshan Pit.
I'm not sure they needed the Exorcism, but it seems like Vanky is going to use it and run up towards the top tier 2 anyway. Yeah, Aegis Bloodseeker. Tinker, what's he got? Aetherlands into that Aghanim Scepter next. Like Bo was saying, so you're going to have that upgraded laser. 15% current health. A little shrink ray. 400 cast range, you know, it's something that's definitely going to help him stick into the trees and play a little more defensively too.
It's pretty good. You get the Aether Lens plus the cast range of that talent. Your laser is just like a full screen away, essentially. It's good when you're ahead in the game and you're the ones pressuring your opponent. When you're behind and trying to like hold and trying to get those lasers off, every time you cast laser, it's always like risky that you might get jumped. So in the position that he's in right now, it's gonna feel great. Just gonna see heroes melt, but you know, Crewmates at the same time, they're kind of playing like
Dire's top tower has fallen.
I'm not sure how to put this.
Are they playing anything? Are they playing like anything? I don't know. Playing like Medusa's the only hope.
Yeah. Let's just say that.
I mean, they really have tried this full protect one. You know, they've been moving around together, looking for openings. Shadow Shaman's now, you know, putting serpent wards onto towers and hiding in trees, just trying to find openings wherever they can, getting farm in these very dangerous areas of the map.
Crewmates are kind of just like lacking the basics, to be fair, in these games. Even in the laning stage, just not dying when you shouldn't be dying, and just making the right rotations without giving away any kills is so important. But every time they do something, they always lose something even worse somewhere else.
It's like
it feels awful.
Needless sacrifice, isn't it? Sometimes, you know, you can rationalize or argue that the sacrifice of this hero makes it worthwhile because another hero does incredibly well, but they're not making any advantages out of these losses. Oh, the Hex in from Moonlight. Riot, he's gonna get tapped by the Blood Rite and the hook shot. It is perfect execution. One by one, the spells come in. Latam defenders slay the mid laner super easily.
Yeah.
And a tier 2's a nice little reward.
Especially Ryer, I feel like he's got to step it up for this team. If they want to have any chance of staying in Division 2, taking some games off, like Ryer's going to have to step it up big time. He makes the rotations, that's all good and all, but he's going to have to get a little bit more out of the lanes. He's going to need to, you know, make these more unpredictable moves. Try to play with maybe even hijack a little bit more. Let his teammates be the one to shove some lanes out. Play off map. Like, there's just so many little small things that he's got to do. Like, check out his net worth right now. He's sitting on number 6, I think, or is that number 7? It's the number 6, you know, and he's struggling. He's always going in first. He's always dying because he just wasn't able to get that much out of the laning stage.
He got pretty handled by the Tinker, and then rotations didn't work out apart from that one with the haste rune that he did, you know, get the kill on Valkyrie top, but after that it was a downward slide.
But it's not just this game, right? We've been watching Crewmates for some time now, and it's kind of been like the pattern for them. If it was just one game, it's not something worth mentioning. But when it's like the pattern, you got to realize, like, okay, this is our problem, guys. Let's just try to focus on that. Let's try not focus on him alone or something, but in general, you have to focus on what your problem is and like try to solve it or make improvements on it. Because even the slightest improvements can actually net you a win. Even if a team changes like 1% sometimes.
Yeah, because, you know, people can have bad days or off days, but I think you're right. It is that kind of overarching strategy where Bowie touched on it in the panel segment as well, talking about FCR in particular, and it feels like Crewmates do build their drafts around FCR, whether it's the Nature's Prophet, the Lone Druid. They're always looking to give him the IO, right? It's always like, okay, give him a decent lane, he's going to go into jungle, transition into this, you know, kind of super hard carry, come out of the jungle 15 minutes in, 20 minutes in, and then that's our platform to try and turn the game or win the game from there on out. And if that doesn't work, it never feels like they've got a backup plan. They don't have enough. You were talking about it in some of the previous series, right? Having a secondary or tertiary core. Someone who, if they have a good laning stage and your primary core has a bad one, they can kind of swap roles a little bit.
Yeah. And that's what Ryer has to be for this team. He's got to be this secondary core who can scale and isn't just playing only for the team or something like that.
Get your greed on.
I felt like Hijack as well has done that in this game where he actually had a good lane. He got ruptured. He couldn't even die. He took the bottom tower with Ryer, which was amazing. But then he ditched that lane to defend mid. All he has to do is just farm that dagger and become bigger, stronger. Eventually, at least your team can play through you instead of you just half-assing it while your team is behind and playing through someone else. And it's a very important concept that almost every team, even pub players, need to understand.
So it's getting that balance as Armin caught up. He's throwing his Serpent Wards down. Look at how tanky Angel is, though. Serpent Wards, Shackles. I mean, Armin, you just can't do anything. Hook's got your number. He's going to clear up this Serpent Wards for some free money. Monster kill streak, 10,
Denied.
1, and 4. A couple of cheeky denies there. Well, Medusa has her second item, and the other shard is queued up on FCR, so he is going for that build. The Ag, Scepter, and
He is in the base. Not hitting creeps.
Oh,
I mean,
right. It's fine.
We did talk about how this is how, Latin defenders win, right? They gotta just have a strong mid game where they just kick the deuce out from the places on the map where she wants to farm and she can't hit creeps, and that's happening right now. Dusa can't farm. So if crewmates have any chance of coming back into this game, I mean, like you said, it has to be through the Dusa, but at the same time, it also means that Latam Defenders draft was like far worse if somehow crewmates are able to come back in this situation. And Dusa is a really strong hero with her build. So we'll see what happens, but I won't hold your breath for a crewmates comeback here. They are smoking up.
Like maybe around that second Roshan and Cuckahook. It doesn't get his BKB off. A Blink Stomp stun, but it's still a tanky Bloodseeker, even though he's been hexed and chased. Now it's BKB,
Oh
and
my
the laser's
God, the
bouncing,
laser.
refracting, hijack, destroyed, and Armin falls immediately after. Oh, the Rupture onto the Void Spirit as well. Cuckahook under tower,
Oh, he got
dies
the
though.
Bloodseeker.
He gets the Bloodseeker kill. 800 gold for Raiho's Void Spirit.
Whoa.
And that's
wait,
not bad in the end. It's like an even trade.
No, that's actually amazing.
Look at how much XP
in the
he
end,
got.
Because exactly, dude, he's level 16 and a half on this Void Spirit now.
He got
I swear he was like level
3,000.
13, wasn't he?
He got 3,211 XP.
He just got like 3 or 4 levels just for killing that Bloodseeker.
Oh, that's nuts.
Dire's bottom tower is
Well,
And he's almost at Aghanims too now.
you're still going to lose
Oh
your
boy,
tower and a
Wyvern,
good blink
the
from
ward.
Moonlight. Onto the Wyvern, onto the ward, yeah, and D-Flash. Annihilated. And Medusa, what are you going to do? You're going to wander back up to your high ground, go and hide? Does have the double Aghanims. Let's see if these snakes can do the trick. It's only when she's targeted, right? It's not like any spells that bounce on her, like the laser refracting or anything like that, right?
has fallen.
Or a ground stun from Lion. They do catch out Valky, the ghost returning. But
one Lion.
Ryo, my
That's a good kill.
god. They're just bursting
The
straight through
misses,
the
though.
Void Spirit. The snake turning him to stone, but this Tinker,
Tinker.
he's just obliterating them one by one. They're falling
He's
to the
so
lasers,
tiny.
bouncing around. He's a tiny little Medusa. Go on, back to base, pack it in. Hijack stuck behind the Serpent Wards and a creep wave. Not a single loss there for the Latam defenders, and D-Flash buying back. There's a number of buybacks available for them if they do want to try and hold out.
The Lion just kind of didn't die. He just got like the Centaur and the Dusa got lasered, and that was it. So hold on, Dusa, where's her items since she got the eggs? She's only got 500 gold.
She got the shard as well. That was her
Oh,
next
she's got the
item.
shard. Okay, right.
They're going straight on FCR. Finger of Death, Bloodright, lasers.
So tiny.
Shackle, Valky. It's Medusa though is ruptured, can't run, dead without buyback. You've got to feel it coming now. The GGs. Inevitable at this point. Shaman's going to buy back. Okay, maybe one last stand.
Barracks are under
The gank squad returns. Void Centaur and that Shadow Shaman. But Tinker has a BKB now. So if you wanted to try and focus down Nana, it's pretty impossible at this point.
barracks has fallen.
Full set of racks, swinging towards mid, creep wave is coming. And then Roshan's alive with a double damage rune as well. They've got so many options here as the Latam defenders.
Money changes hands.
Was it Trent saying though, if you do... Oh, hang on. Ryo and Hijack have found someone. Angel with a jetpack. Oh yeah, just flies over the trees and Tinker's going to defend his little tin man. Yeah, Trent was saying
Centaur
if,
is smaller than the Shaman. Okay, it's big again.
if you do come back, if you do manage to swing this game around on Peru servers as the Brazilian team going to game 2 Brazilian servers, you're going to feel pretty good. I just don't see that as a chance anymore. There's ghosts, there's machines, there's tons of spam just all over this mid lane,
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
and they can't defend that second lane of barracks.
Middle barracks has fallen.
Roshan time now, maybe for Latam defenders. They can get the outpost top first. It's so difficult playing against the Tinker when you've lost your barracks. Every lane just trending towards your base. Having to spend so much time clearing through these super creep waves. Well, they are positioning themselves for one last fight. Dire Ward outside of the base. Shadow Shaman smoked up with everybody here now, in fact. Crewmates moving aggressively towards the top wave. They've got a Tinker Ward up on the high ground. So if TP's up here. You could get
This is their
caught, but
last desperation play right here.
yep.
Gotta kill that Tinker at least one more time in this game, guys. Come on.
give him that second death. But yeah, with Roshan available, the defenders are straight in the pit. D-Flash going to go try and scout.
Tinker.
Clockwork gets scouted. Blink Stomp initiation from Hijack, but in comes the Lion and Tinker. Oh, it's just not a tanky center anymore. He pops his hood, but the laser refracting and the finger down he goes. Buys back. D-Flash went to Wyvern, curses up Valky. An inch away from death and finished off by Nana while Medusa's Stone Gaze trying to chase the Tinker, but only spots the DP, while Angel, he'll bring the rest of them down. 4 heroes surround the Medusa. FCR, not a chance in hell. GG's a call. That was their last-ditch effort. And the crewmates, they give up on this game. Latam defenders, 30k net worth lead, 30 kill lead, 30 minutes game. Tinker, Tinker, Tinker. No, bringing out the mad scientist.
All right, well, Gary, you can't say Tinker, Tinker, Tinker if he could have played Visage or he could have played Leshrac or something, and they probably would have won
Techies,
10 minutes earlier. I mean,
Husker.
Yeah, the thing is, this game just felt like a team smurfing, essentially, right? Crewmates, someone's got to light a fire under these guys' asses because they are just crumbling from the laning stage. Like, they're just making all these small errors that just shouldn't be happening, especially as a Division 2 team. They just got to get this shit together. Their drafts are all right. Just got to play better Dota. Sometimes you got to be selfish.